Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew, and today I'm giving my thoughts on first date spots. I was talking to my buddy Aaron today, and we had a little conversation about what are some good first date spots. So, what this is, I've compiled a list of cuisines slash places to take a date to eat. I will state their pros and cons, give them a ranking 1 through 10. Obviously, my opinion, but tell me yours down below. Let's kick it off with a banger, Italian food. Obviously, Italian has great ambiance, great variety. It is ideal for sharing because typically your portions are a lot bigger, as well as the variety of food you can get is amazing. It also has built in romantic vibes. So, like, you don't have to try too hard to get the ambiance right, because as you can see here, there are candles on those tables. It is low lighting. It is meant to feel romantic. With every pro, there's obviously some cons. Biggest con that I found, garlic. As good as garlic is, it is the enemy of date night. And it can be loud, as well as can end up in a little bit of a messy situation with pasta, with soups, with the garlic butter, with everything available. It can get very messy. 8 out of 10. Not a bad start. Next, we have Mexican cuisine. Big pro for Mexican right now. Margaritas. Those things are huge. They are delicious. And they can make the date go a lot better. Another pro, chips, guac, queso. Easy shareables. Very hard to disagree on. And then at the end of the day, amazing shareables, enchiladas, tacos, quesadillas, you name it. Mexican places got it. Cons, beans in both a bathroom sense as well as a conscious sense. Beans are good, but they are not good throughout the date. Other cons can be loud. Mexican places are pretty popular, pretty poppin'. It just really depends on when you go and where you go, but it can be pretty loud. And we gave Mexican places a 7 out of 10. Solid choice. Not my favorite choice, but a solid choice nonetheless. Up next, we have steakhouses. Steakhouses can obviously be seen as pretty expensive. That's a con right off the bat. But they have amazing atmosphere. But more importantly, incredible sides. I'm talking garlic mash. I'm talking roasted garlic, buttered string beans. They have some of the best sides in the world. And you can learn a lot about your date by what they order at a steakhouse. Do they go for the prime cut? Do they go for a low cut to save money? Do they go for medium? Do they go for rare? Do they go for well done? You will learn a lot on a first date at a steakhouse. Another con is it can come off as too fancy. Or what if they don't like steak? What if they're not a meat person? Why would you even take them to a steakhouse? That's a real problem to think about. We gave steakhouses overall a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great spot if you have the money for it. Ladies and gentlemen, a champion has entered the ring. Chili's. Now, when I was building this deck to make this video, I looked over at my fiance and I said, "What's wrong with Chili's?" Yeah, sure, it can be seen as not fancy, or it can be loud. But god damn it, does Chili's have good variety. They got fajitas. They got the triple dipper. And more importantly, it's Chili's. You cannot have a bad time at a Chili's. And that's why we gave Chili's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, best score. You will not go wrong taking your date to Chili's. Your wallet will thank you. Your stomach will thank you. But more importantly, your date will thank you. All right. On to another banger of a choice. Sushi. Look at how good this place looks. Oh my goodness. Best part of a sushi date is sitting at the bar right here. Right here. Watching him make those rolls. Pros. Great variety of rolls. Great variety whether you want fish, whether you want fried, anything. Whether you want for the cool rolls like a volcano roll, a Godzilla roll. Or you could be like me and just get a classic JP roll. Great appetizers, edamame, um, dumplings, gyoza, and it is my fiance's favorite. That gives it a good bonus point, and it's very easily shareable. It's a great one to go in and figure out with your date what you want to order and what you want to share. Cons: it could suck if you don't like fish. Yeah, there's options like avocado rolls or cooked rolls, but it might not be the best time if you're not a fish lover. It can also be expensive. Sushi rolls right now, I think for a basic roll like a JB roll is like 14 bucks. Not that bad, pretty filling. But for like a fancy roll like a volcano roll, those can be upwards of 25. And chopsticks are a must. If you go into a sushi place and using a fork, yeah, I'm kicking you out. What do we give sushi? A 9 out of 10. I think it's a good spot. I think it's a great idea. Onto Chinese. Pros: amazing food. And a big pro that I didn't write down. If you look at that table right there, the turntables. Put your plates on that thing, spin it around for the table. You're not lifting dishes, you're not passing them around. You're just sharing like it was intended. Very easily shareable. More often than not, you're ordering your main entree, you're getting rice on the side, and you're smothering that in whatever sauce you got. Yum. Immaculate vibes. Um, Same thing with Chili's. I've never been sad at a Chinese restaurant. And the best part, it could have a dim sum cart. When they wheel that bad boy around, whew, yum. Cons: it can be overwhelming. There is a lot to choose from. But more importantly, there's a lot to avoid. Are you going with an entree with rice? Are you getting a bento? Are you getting just the dim sum? It's it's a plethora of choices that could cause a lot of choice paralysis. It also can have high oily food, just due to the way it's fried in the wok, due to the way it's cooked. It can cause a little bit of bathroom problems. And it can be limited to those with allergies, with the MSG use, with the gluten use. Things to think about. 8 out of 10. My top pick. My my top pick. My gold medalist winner here. Korean barbecue. Um, what's not to love? What's not to love about watching you cook the food right there? More importantly, what's not to love about learning whether or not your date wants to do it? Is your date the kind of person who wants to cook the food? They're the kind of person who wants to tell you how to cook the food? They're the kind of person who even likes to share the food. You learn a lot about somebody at K Barbecue. There's those who take charge. Put that shit right there on that grill. There's those who take it off early because they like it a little raw. They like it a little temp. But great variety. More often than not, it's all you can eat. And it's meant to be shared. You order a plethora of stuff for the table, and you and your date go to town. Cons: you do gotta do some work. You really do gotta put in the effort to get that meal good, but it's so rewarding. It can be distracting. Sometimes you could get lost in the act of making the food and forget that you're on a date and not be talking very much. And it can be considered too adventurous by some. But I gave it a 10 out of 10, baby. In the same vein, hot pot. You can get creative with this thing. You get your base, chicken broth, mushroom broth, whatever it is. And then you got your little sauce on the side, your little dish. I'm a big peanut sauce fan. So I get a little peanut sauce, get a little soy sauce, mix it together, take out my cooked noodles from the chicken broth, dunk it in that sauce. Chef's kiss. Great variety. You could put noodles, bok choy, lettuce, mushrooms, veggies, meat. Ooh, it is very filling. And more often than not, it's mostly all you can eat. So if you're hungry, go for it. Cons. It can be overwhelming. It can be a lot on a first date, especially with how messy it sometimes can get. It can be expensive too. It's like sometimes $30 per person. Hey, in this economy, not that bad. And the biggest con, you can come off as a big back if you really do demolish some of this stuff. That's all I gotta say. 9 out of 10, though, always a great time. This is one my fiance wanted me to throw in here. Just throw its hat in the ring. Seafood. When I think of seafood, I think of a place like Pinchers, where they got seafood boils, they got pastas, they got crabs, they got good stuff. So it has great variety. You can get a lot of bang for your buck. It also has great environment potential. Sometimes they're on the water, sometimes they have a fish tank. Fish tanks are cool. And the atmosphere. It's pretty popping in there. Cons can get very messy, especially if you do the boil. And honestly, what if they don't like fish? Like, why are you going? And it can be pretty expensive depending on what you get. A seafood boil can get pretty expensive. Anything with lobster in it can get expensive. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Breakfast places, the Denny's of the world, the Waffle Houses of the world, the cornerstone of America. Pros. Who doesn't love breakfast? Omelets? All the time. Offers great sweet and savory combos. You get that breakfast platter with pancakes on the side, you're set. Can do easy transitions out of the date into moving the date around. You start at a breakfast place in the morning, maybe you go get coffee afterwards, maybe you go to the bookstore. The world is your oyster, my friend. Cons. Can be seen as cheap. Might not have the best vibes to some, could be also seen as lazy. And I don't agree with that. I think breakfast places are fantastic. I eat breakfast so often that it's honestly my dinner. 10 out of 10, baby. But that's been it for good old Andrew. It's a pleasure working with you guys today. Let me know what you think down below. Bye now.